Hello, welcome to 401 Sunset, where we bring you to you, Windsor. I'm your host, Matthew Sabelli, and tonight we have an amazing show for you guys. Tonight's musical guest this evening is going to be the Mike Ure Band. Stick around, guys, it's going to be a great show. Now, on campus last semester, we actually had an interview with a bunch of students talking about whether or not we should have a fall reading week, and now our dream has finally come true. Hi, I'm Matthew Sabelli. Are you aware that there is going to be there's a vote for a fall reading week for the school year?
Yeah, I am.
How would you feel if there was a fall reading week?
I think that there should be because it's just like de-stressing and it's a week of like no school.
Well, I heard talks about getting reading week back, but I didn't know they were going to vote on it. Yeah.
Same.
How would you feel if there was going to be a reading week?
I'd be really happy actually because it only makes sense since the winter semester has a reading week too.
I feel that once midterms start, they don't stop. They just keep coming, so a reading week would be actually really helpful.
Personally, I don't care much. Fairly neutral. If they did, that'd be fine, but if they didn't, I don't think it'd be much of a...
I feel awesome.
Me too. I would love to have a reading week just because you have one in February and you just have so much more time to study and catch up on everything. So I'd feel that we need one.
And being in a nursing program too, it's such a stressful program, so having any extra time just to like debrief and de-stress, I guess, is helpful.
Now, are you aware that the school is currently voting on having a reading week?
I am aware. I've seen it on Facebook, the UWSA Facebook group and stuff.
And how would you feel if they came to the conclusion that they wanted to do this?
That'd be really good. Be really helpful for like midterms and studying for them and stuff. I'd be good for it.
And how would you spend your time during this reading week?
I think I would study, but might procrastinate on that a bit, but I definitely would want to study.
We may have to change the name of our show, though, ladies and gentlemen, because 401 Sunset Avenue is now closed. So let's think of a couple new names, you know. How about yesterday's show starring Matthew Sabelli, or Not So Late Night Show starring Matthew, or just Matthew for short, something like that. It's a working title. We'll figure it out. But dish me the rock. Our Lancers football team is now 4-1. Congratulations, guys. You deserve this.
Give me
You have power. Give me an O. Give me a 1. What's that spell? 401 Sunset. We're going to go to the Lancer Sports Report with Mike and Anchor. Back to you guys.
I'm Anchor Kumar.
And I'm Mike Specht.
And this is the Lancer Sports Report. In what could be a memorable season ahead, the Windsor Lancers opened their 2014-15 basketball season against the Western Mustangs on November 5th and the Guelph Griffins on Saturday, November 8th at St. Denis Center.
The four-time national champions are going to be without some all-world talent in the form of Jessica Clemenceau and Maya-Marie Langlois, both of them moving on from their U-Windsor careers, but there's still a ton to look forward to from this team as they attempt the drive for 5, something that hasn't been done since the Laurentian Lady V's of the 1970s.
Is this going to be a new Lancers team, or can we expect the same team that went to consecutive championships led by Langlois and Clemenceau?
I would say different in terms of some of the faces on the court, but we're still going to see some of the staples of Lancer basketball that we've grown accustomed to under the reign of Chantal Vallée. You're still going to see a high-low post game led this season by Tessa Krieger and Cheyenne Roger. You're going to see an up-tempo defense that's going to force some of the best teams in Canada into some uncharacteristic turnovers. As well, there's a terrific bench depth from this team. A lot of these bench players could be starters anywhere else in the country.
With 4 straight Bronze Baby championships, what else must head coach Chantal Vallée do to keep the Windsor Lancers the best women's basketball team in Canada?
It's all about keeping that fire burning, Kumar. The motto for this team is winning is not normal. And essentially what that means is if you want to be a great champion, you can't prepare like anybody else in the country. You have to take it to that next level. And as long as she continues that pace that she's been able to establish for them and continue that winning culture, they should have no problem winning a 5th straight title.
We mentioned that the Lancers will be without Langlois and Clemenceau this season. Who from the previous team do you expect to step up and carry the torch this season?
Well, a couple players, Kumar, and these are players that actually played big minutes down the stretch in that fourth championship run. A player like Jocelyn Larocque, who will be filling into Maya-Marie Langlois' shoes, quarterbacking that offense. Tessa Krieger and Cheyenne Roger as well will be taking the reins over from Jessica Clemenceau as the top two power forwards for the Windsor Lancers. They were so lucky to be able to cycle them through last year, and I expect them to split time and play at an elite level this season.
Is there anything about the Guelph Griffins or the Western Mustangs that could scare the Lancers in the opening week, Mike?
Not really. The Guelph Griffins are an afterthought when it comes to OUA basketball. They haven't done anything of significance in the last 5 years. I would expect that to be a big win for the Windsor Lancers. As well, the Western Mustangs losing their star, Jenny Vaughn, last season. She was a tremendous player on some mediocre Western Mustangs teams, and I believe that'll be another easy one for Windsor.
Well, we look forward to the 2014-15 OUA women's basketball season starting November 5th against the Western Mustangs and Saturday, November 8th at St. Denis Center against the Guelph Griffins on CJAM 99.1 FM and CJAM.ca. And tune into Lancer Sports every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on 99.1 FM and CJAM.ca.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Lancers Sports Report. For Anchor Kumar, I'm Mike Specht. Back to Matt in the studio.
Hockey season's back for another year, and all of our hopes and dreams are riding on a single team. Whether it's Toronto, Detroit, Montreal, it doesn't matter. We're Canadian. Just watch it. It's our national pastime. But with hockey season back, some of our viewers may be going to church to pray for their winning team. But one church has been around longer than the sport itself, and it's here in Windsor. Let's take a look.
My name is Terrence Kennedy. I've been a parishioner here for over 50 years, and presently I'm the unofficial historian of Sandwich Town. One of the stained glass windows, it literally has papal crowns in it, and we know from some of the history books, it basically represents the Vatican in Upper Canada. So being here prior to Confederation, this is an amazing place again. To say that Ontario, this is where the first parish was. Ontario, this is where the first people, started. We're very proud of, who we are and what this church represents. It's like a book of history that literally opens up, and to think that some of the people, literally share, a pew or a life with the rest of the city, it's amazing. Sadly, we've had the funeral of Paul Martin. So that particular day, we had 4 prime ministers of Canada literally in this church. Paul Martin Jr. was married in this church. So, and there's a lot of secrets, and there's a lot of famous people that have been here. It's very possible that Abraham Lincoln had been in this church. There's a very big possibility that Harriet Tubman has been in this church. Because of our initial experience with the Saint Jean de Brebeuf, and because the river is so close, you've got to understand that the heart of the Underground Railroad literally started here. It made it easier because Saint Jean de Brebeuf said, this is a land for all people. This is a land for all free people. To those people, it was the River Jordan, because once they stepped on British soil, they were free. Their whole experience changed. So this church is literally a beacon to freedom, just like any other church on this side of the river was a beacon to freedom to people that didn't have any rights at all. Well, there's 2 specific paintings or murals that are here. And we believe that they're actually from the from some of the early churches. If you look at the north wall and the south wall, you'll see a picture of the Virgin coming across the Detroit River. It's very possible that the earlier murals were transplanted here as well, so that people would remember, that we have an iconic history here on the river. Because Father Potier was here, between the 1740s through till the the end of the American Revolution, you know, like, people should know he is buried underneath our church. He is still here, you know, and that's part of who we are, to realize that there's so much potential, you know, in just one little person. And that's what Father Potier believed himself to be, one little person. So if one little person can literally, you know, save an entire community up and down this river, you know, then it shouldn't be too difficult for, you know, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 100, you know, to literally, you know, believe that, you know, we can continue on, because Assumption's history is not completed yet.
They say when you're a professional fighter, your church is your boxing ring. Let's see what professional fighter Josh Cameron has to say.
My name is Josh Cameron. I've been a boxer for 15 years now. I've won multiple provincial, national, and international championships. I'm currently ranked number 2 in Canada. I love the independence of it and the hard work, the ethic, the determination you need to be the best. And I've always been like that since I was a young kid. I always wanted to be the best. And that's why I went from team sports, which I was a hockey player originally, to just boxing. So like the independence, there's more of a challenge mentally and physically. Well, that's correct, because when you're in there, you can't rely on your coaches, you can't rely on the training, it's just you in there, right? So I need to get myself in that zone and tell myself, you got to go in there and you got to win, because if you're not going to take his head off, he's going to take your head off. Well, the national championships are in a month, so that's my spot to get to number 1. So it's going to be me and the best of different provinces throughout the country, and I'll be representing Ontario, so I want that number 1 spot. And then after that, it's the Pan Am Games, which is next summer, and then the Olympic Games in 2 years. My ultimate goal is to go to the Olympics. You know, that's been my goal since I was a little kid, to get on the Team Canada, to represent the country, you know, red, white.
My name is Josh Canty, C-A-N-T-Y. I've known Josh Cameron for 20 years probably. Well, Josh Cameron is a little bit of an enigma in the gym. He is somebody that doesn't really need a lot of external motivation. He's internally motivated. He's been the hardest working guy in this gym for over a decade, and he's been through trials and tribulations throughout his career, inside and outside the ring, and it's made him a very dangerous, a very strong-willed individual.
My name is Mike Carter. I've known Josh for about 2 years. I met him working out at the gym. He trains at Border City. I also train at Maximum Training Center for kickboxing and knockdown karate. I also do personal training, and I run MMA and conditioning fitness class. So me and Josh started training together. He helped me with my hands, my pads, and then I helped him with his overall physical fitness. Training with Josh brings us both to a whole new level, because we're both very committed when we're working out, right? And we try and push ourselves to the max. When me and Josh work out, it's a constant 100% pace all the time, especially if we're competing against each other, if we're racing, or if we're trying to do helmet, like if we're doing sprints, we're head to head the whole time, or until someone pulls a hamstring. I lost a very, very close fight to the number 1 opponent 3 years ago, so it's gonna be a good fight. I believe in myself, my team believes in me. We've been training nonstop, so definitely going in there for the win. Well, I couldn't be anywhere without my trainers, right? Like Josh Canty, Doug Bedard, Mike Carter, Rob Maggio. I got a big team in Windsor, good supporters, a lot of sponsors. So I just want to thank them and the city of Windsor for always having my back and getting me to where I am.
Everybody loves to listen to the radio, whether you're in training or not. And our local CJAM station is more powerful than ever. Let's take a look at our next segment.
We've increased our wattage in layperson's terms from 496 watts to 2,084 watts.
Power increase means a tremendous amount to CJAM and its programmers. This is something that's been a long time coming for us. It's something we've been working on for years.
Now we are hitting basically all of Detroit and Windsor proper, and then going further into areas like in this side of the border, Tecumseh, and even all the way up to Leamington in some cases.
Grosse Pointe, Dearborn, Leamington, and a few other small villages and surrounding areas and whatnot.
The programmers kind of get a feeling that, yeah, there are a lot more people than you think listening.
People are getting a much stronger signal. I myself live about 15 minutes from here, and I had some days I would get it better than others, and I'm getting a rock solid signal every day now. And so I believe I'm indicative of a lot of CJAM listeners.
There was a ton of investment that had to be made on our part. This is not something that came to us inexpensively.
2 years and 8 months of bureaucracy, and we made it through that, and now we're up and running at 2,084 watts.
From the outset of, well, how much is this going to cost us? How can we start saving the money, to the applications and waiting for a response from the CRTC. Yeah, it was a good 3-4 years.
It's not just a project for one person that has to do all the paperwork and things like that. It's the whole station. Every time someone collects a pledge, they were helping to get that power increase.
Coming along with the power increase is kind of an even greater effort from staff and volunteers here to provide listeners with top-notch niche programming that they can't get anywhere else. CJAM is quite lucky in the sense that we are geographically located in one of the best musical areas in the world, I would argue.
We have a Detroit mailbox as well as a Canadian mailbox, so there's a lot of bands that get music sent in just to Canada, and there's a lot of bands in the United States that send their music out just in the United States. But we're lucky enough that we get all of those already.
We don't pander to our listening community, but we consider our listening community.
We leave no musical stone uncovered. You know, if some people are looking for something that's different, if they're looking for hip-hop, if they're looking for jazz, if they're looking for electronic music, punk, hardcore, indie rock, classical, there's a place for it here at CJAM, and there's a place for them and their taste. CJAM has really matured over the last decade, and we're just in the position to make it happen, and here we are, now broadcasting at 2,084 watts.
If you come in here and you care enough to actually broadcast something, you want it to be heard. And certainly our ability to be heard has increased by 4 times, and the thing I'm most excited about is those 125 voices caring for it.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. I'm sitting here with the Mike Ure band. So, how are you guys? Like, how have you guys been?
We've been good, yeah.
Good, man. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Been a good day. What's your genre? If you had what genre of music do you guys do?
We are country, but new pop rock country. We kind of blend the 3 together.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
So how long you guys been together for?
We've been together for about 2 years now. On December 20th, come this December. So it'll mark our 2nd year anniversary as a band.
What are you guys doing for your 2-year band anniversary?
We're doing a concert at the Bull and Barrel on December 19th, which is the night before, and then the following night we're actually doing a show at Cosmos Bar in Caesars, Windsor. So that'll be on the 20th on the Saturday.
You guys are working on an EP? You guys said earlier?
Yeah, we're recording out in Florida. We're going to go in the first couple weeks of November, and we're basically doing a fan-funded EP. So we started a Kickstarter, and the fans can actually help donate and help pay for the production costs, the travel costs, and be part of creating the album with us.
Cool, cool. So, I mean, I can't wait to hear you guys play. I know that you guys are probably excited, so let's go to the Mike Ure band.
People always ask me why you wanna be a country guy, singing songs about a broken heart. Your best friend is your guitar, and let's not forget your dog. And if I take a guess at luck, I bet you have a pickup truck. And let's not forget your John Deere. Come on, y'all. Just smile and tip my hat, crack a beer and sit on back. It's the way of life we live out here. It's where we learn to laugh and fight. It's where we learn to kiss goodnight. And yes, I own a pair of boots, because man, there ain't nothing wrong with country roots. Next time you ask me why, I wanna be a country guy. Sit back, this might be long, 'cause there ain't nothing wrong with having a farmer's tan. Giddy up now. Just smile and tip my hat, crack a beer and sit on back. It's the way of life we live out here. It's where we learn to laugh and fight. It's where we learn to kiss goodnight. And yes, I own a pair of boots, because man, there ain't nothing wrong with country roots. Now listen, next time you ask me why, I'll tell you what it takes to be a country guy. It's about holding your girl through the night and always treating her right. And let's not forget about the love. Just smile and tip my hat, crack a beer and sit on back. It's the way of life we live out here. It's where we learn to laugh and fight. It's where we learn to kiss goodnight. And yes, I own a pair of boots, because man, there ain't nothing wrong with country roots. 'Cause man, there ain't nothing wrong with country. I said, man, there ain't nothing wrong with country roots. It's about holding your girl through the night and always treating her right. And let's not forget about the love.
Hey guys, welcome back, and now the Mike Ure Band.
I've been looking for a long time, baby. I wanna be your friend. Yeah, your smiling and dancing has been making me crazy. So why don't we pretend? Hey, mister, did you play something slow? Turn it as loud as it can go. Come on, girl, we don't have to pretend. I think we're past being friends. Let me love you, girl, till the sun goes down. Let me be the one to spin you round and round. Let me love you, girl, till the sun goes down. Let me be the one to make your world go round. Hey, hey, hey. the sun goes down. Let me be the one to make your world go round. Let me love you, girl, till the sun goes down. Let me be the one to spin you round and round. Let me love you, girl, till the sun goes down. Let me be the one to make your world go round. Hey, 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 hey.
Thank you guys for watching 401 Sunset. Thank you guys for coming in, and we'll see you guys next time on the show.